So, good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome all to the Thursday, June 10th, 2021 Westfield Airport Commission meeting. Brief opening statement. Due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, this meeting will be conducted via teleconference pursuant to Governor Baker's March 2020 order superseding certain provisions of the open meeting law and the governor's March 2020 order imposing strict limitation on the number of people that may gather in one place. This meeting of the City of Westfield Airport Commission will be conducted via remote participation. Specific information can be found on the City of Westfield website. For this meeting, members of the public who wish to listen to the meeting may do so by tuning into channel 15 or channel 12 or online at westfieldtv.org or online on youtube.com Westfield Community Programming Channel. No in-person attendance of members of the public will be permitted, but every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately access the proceedings in real time via technological means. In the event that we're unable to do so, despite best efforts, we will post on the city website an audio recording, transcript, or other comprehensive recording of the proceedings as soon as possible after the meeting. With that, I'd like to call roll call. Airport Commission, Commissioner Phelan.
Here.
Commissioner Keefe.
Here.
Chairman William Gondit is here. Airport Manager Chris Wollenberg will be joining us shortly. He is on mute at the moment, but with us. And we have Craig and Ruth from ASG. Okay. First off, I'd like to put forth a motion to approve the regular session minutes of the May 13th, 2021 regular Airport Commission meeting. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Any further discussion? Okay, I will call roll call. Chairman Gondit, yes. Commissioner Phelan.
Yes.
Commissioner Keefe.
Yes.
Okay, the motion has passed. Okay. I would then like to make a motion to approve the executive session meeting minutes of May 13th, 2021 of the regular Airport Commission meeting. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Any further discussion? Yes, Commissioner Phelan.
Chairman Gondit, I just want to make a notation that they spelled my name wrong on this set of minutes, and if they could please correct that.
Okay. Alrighty. Let me, we'll get that. Could you work that with Chris afterward, Commissioner Phelan? If you
Sure.
if
Thank you,
mind?
Chairman. Yes, I will.
If you would, thank you. Okay. So roll call. Commissioner Gondit, yes. Commissioner Phelan.
Yes.
Commissioner Keefe.
Yes.
Okay, the motion is passed. Wow, a lot of approvals here.
Mhm.
I would like to take a motion to approve the regular session meetings of the May 20th Special Airport Commission meeting. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? We get this. Do we get this? Your name right here?
They did.
All righty. Roll call. Commissioner Gondit, yes. Commissioner Phelan.
Yes.
Commissioner Keefe.
Yes.
Okay, the motion has passed. Okay, I'd like to put forth a motion to approve the executive session meeting minutes of May 20th, 21 Special Airport Commission meeting. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, any further discussion?
This one was also misspelled with my name. I'll talk to Chris about it. And
Yeah.
those were the only minutes, those two.
Okay.
And I'll speak to them about that. Thank
Yeah,
you.
okay. So roll call. Commissioner Gondit, yes. Commissioner Keefe,
Yes.
Commissioner Phelan.
Yes.
Okay, the motion has passed. Very good. Not to be, I got to keep going here. We've got a couple more. I'd like to make a motion to approve the regular session meeting minutes of the May 24th, 2021 Special Airport Commission meeting. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion?
Chairman Ghana,
Yes.
sorry. I just want a clarification. The agenda says May 24th. The minutes say the 25th. I'm not sure. What was the correct date on that? I think we met on the I'm looking right now. We met on the 25th. Just point of clarification.
May 25th. Thank you for catching that.
You're welcome.
Commissioner Phelan. We'll
Yes.
take,
Oh.
when you're with Chris, if you could make note of that. I think all the rest,
No,
everything is in order on that, correct?
yeah, your motion is correct for the 25th. I think it's just wrong on the agenda.
Okay. Okay. Oh, got it.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
okay.
My motion is in error. Okay, because the next one's the 25th too, correct? Yeah. Okay, thank you for that. So roll call, Commissioner Garnett, yes. Commissioner Phelan,
Yes.
Commissioner Keefe.
Yes.
Okay, motion is passed. I corrected it on mine. That's, okay, you're right. I see that. So I'd like to make a motion to approve the executive session of meeting minutes of May 25th, 2021 of the Special Airport Commission meeting. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, any further discussion? Okay, roll call. Commissioner Garnett, yes. Commissioner Keefe,
Yes.
Commissioner Phelan.
Yes.
Okay, the motion has passed. So looking at the folks online here, I do not see any public participation. So when Chris comes back, we will start. We'll adjourn here for a few minutes here until such time as Chris comes back to start on the special agenda item. Vote to accept the grant and grant assurances for the fuel farm. So we'll hold for a bit as Chris tends to some issues he has at the airport at the moment. Thank you, folks. Okay, Chris will be unable to join us because of this emergency. I don't know what it is. So he'll call me later. We're going to proceed. I think we can with things. So let's we'll work through this thing and go. So grant assurances. First off, special agenda item A for the fuel farm. So I'm just looking at my packet, and that is to approve. And I got to just look through my packet. If you hold a second. Air fuel flowage. I think Chris was just going to talk to it so I can talk to that. What we are looking to go do is we'd like a motion to accept the grant to install the fuel farm. It's engineering only. The one that we're talking about would be located close to the hangar 3 area and a hangar 2. And it would be authorize myself to execute the grants. So I think it's pretty straightforward. So let's move in on 5A. What I'd like to do is I'd like to make a motion to accept the grant to install fuel farm engineering only contract for ASMP project number 2021-BAF-35, state grant number ASMP. Hold 1 second. I got Chris calling me. Hold a second, please. Okay, folks, I am back. Sorry for that. Chris cannot join us. He does have a police issue he has to deal with. And so he is with them now. So he can't make it. And he has to give him access to the airport. And that's all I can say right at the moment. So let me go back to a special agenda on M5A. And let me repeat that motion. I would like to make a motion to accept grant to install fuel farm engineering only contract for ASMP project number 2021-BAF-35, state grant number ASMP 21-BAF-35, BAF FUELDO for $176,200 and authorize Chairman Gannett to execute the grant assurances. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Yeah, I think it's pretty straightforward. We've been talking about this for a long time, and this gets the engineering done, and the next will be we get the funding to do the actual project. So with that, roll call. Commissioner Gannett, yes. Commissioner Phelan?
Yes.
Commissioner Keefe?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Next motion is to talk about the demo of the 2 buildings. The good news is that demolition has started today. Great news. We'll get those things that are falling apart that could possibly fly off and hit one of the helicopters landing there. So it's great news for the airport. It's going to free up a lot of space in that area. And we'll be looking when we do our Bravo taxiway extension for, I call it Barn South. We'll be able now to host, we could put probably 3 large hangars in there. It would make a nice addition to our airport and to our revenue. So what I'd like to do now is I'd like to make a motion to accept the grant for the demolition of Southwest Quadrant Buildings contract for ASMP project number 2021-BAF-39, state grant number ASMP 21-BAF-39, BAF SWDEMO for $120,100 and authorize Chairman Gannett to execute the grant assurances. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? No, it's a great thing. So roll call. Commissioner Gannett, yes. Commissioner Phelan,
Yes.
Commissioner Keefe.
Yes.
Okay, the motion has passed. All right, moving right along. Stormwater pollution prevention, something that we always have been dealing with. So no surprise to any of us on here on the commission. So what I like to put forth, pretty straightforward, I like to put forth a motion to accept the grant for the stormwater pollution prevention plan contract for ASMP project number 2021-BAF-41, state grant number ASMP 21-BAF-41, BAF SWPENV for $77,800 and authorize Chairman Gannett to execute the grant assurances. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussions? Okay. Roll call. Commissioner Gannett, yes. Commissioner Phelan,
Yes.
Commissioner Keefe.
Yes.
Okay, the motion is passed. Thank you. Little background on the next issue. All-Star, wait a second. All-Star car, what was he going to talk about on this one? All-Star car, no lease renewal. So All-Star is part of Surrett Ford. And what is going to be happening here is they will not be renewing that lease. So the parking spaces will be freed up. And obviously we'll have an office space that is going to be freed up. So I think Chris wanted to just talk about that and just let us know what's going on there. So kind of is what it is. And we'll have to look at another person to go into that office space. Next one, I got the expert here, Commissioner Phelan, on the airport marking working group update.
Chairman Gannett, before we go there, did you see the amended agenda? We have something about the American Truck Historical Society. There's a motion.
I got, which one did I? Oh, sorry, you're okay. Thank you. I pulled the wrong one up because I printed out the first one I saw.
So did I.
Yes.
Then I saw the second one.
Yeah, okay. So, thank you for that. We do have the American Truck Historical Society annual event. Prifty puts it on. We've had it now for many years. They take up the space between the where we pile all the snow by Hangar 2 all the way back. It's been something that has worked out nicely. It's great for the airport, gets people to the airport. We get some revenue out of it, and we also help the restaurant out in attracting some of the more patrons to that. So he has it as a vote, which is a good thing. I'm not sure if we actually voted on it last time or not, but I think we can vote on it to show that the commission is fully in support of this action. So with that, I'd like to make a motion to approve the American Truck Historical Society annual truck show event scheduled for October 10th, 2021. Do I have a second?
Second.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry,
Any further discussion?
Chairman Gannett,
Yes.
you said that there's a little bit of revenue from this. Would you?
I think there might be. There's something that it may be. It's minimal. It's a good thing for us. I think, Kate. It gets people to the airport on a. I think that's a Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. And it was fairly well attended last time. So I see no downside to it or anything to that. And we've been holding it now. It's turning into an annual event, which is a great thing. So,
Okay, thank you.
Probably come on up in October and check it out. So, if there's no further discussion. Let me go through the roll call. Chairman Gannett, yes. Commissioner Phelan,
Yes.
Commissioner Keefe.
Yes.
Okay, the motion has passed. Now, thank you for that. Then now we can get to our marketing update. If you have anything for us, Commissioner Phelan.
I do. Thank you, Chairman Gannett. So yes, so Chris and I met on June 3rd at 1:30. We had a great meeting. We did, Chris mentioned that he is going to reach out to Diane DeMarco at Spotlight Graphics to get a quote for the terminal signage that he would like to have in the entranceway when you walk in, that would be movable, I guess. And I saw her on a personal note, and I reminded her too that, so I'm hoping that they connected. If they haven't, I'm sure they will shortly.
Okay.
The next item that we discussed was getting merchandise for the staff. And Chris wants to start with hats. There's some budgetary issues with, we want to look at the expense on that regarding merchandise and clothing for the staff. We do want to get these magnets going that we can sell to promote the airport, that people can put on their cars. So that is moving forward as well.
Yeah, and I think that would be a great thing when we're, maybe even we could help Retrix, if we wanted to, I'm sure Kevin would help us if he wants to sell some of these trinkets or whatever, and it's good to get the Barnes name out there in the community and in the flying public too. So I think that's a great thing.
The third item that we discussed was we have set a date for our government day. This will be to invite the city councilors.
Yes.
Chris will do a formal letter to all the city councilors, and we decided to do 2 sessions on that day. So that's going to be Thursday, July 15th. We'd like to do a session at 10 a.m. for those who can come during the day, working, in the morning. And then we'd like to schedule a session at 6 p.m. for those who need to come after work. Yeah. Chris, of course, will do a short video presentation that he has, but also he wants to show some video from the Mass Dot video. I believe I've seen that myself as well, just to give them some great information about our airport, our wonderful airport. And then following the short presentation, he'd like to do a quick tour of the airport. And he said he would reach out, probably get a van or a bus from the 104th.
Yeah, that would be great, because we did this before. It's great for people to see all the activity and all we have going on there, and really to observe the progress on how we've been going on things. So I think it's a great thing. It would be nice, which is always impressive, to even take a peek at Gulfstream somehow with Fran Ahern, or go over and see Colonel Dave over there and just kind of like maybe walk through that. I think that's, those are pretty impressive. And even the helicopter squadron would be something, so you may want to, show off and highlight some of that. I'm pretty proud of what we got going on there, So,
and I agree with you. And I think too, with some new city councilors, and, we do have the issue with the aquifer, but I think it's important that we, get it out there that there is land to develop, that we can generate revenue. Right. And we need to get that message out that we can do development with, taking into consideration all the concerns that some of them have. And I think we can, I think it would be a good meeting for them to come up. So we're hoping that we get a good response. Yeah. Now, I guess because of the open meeting law, I guess we can't have more than one commissioner at this government meeting. So, and Chairman Gunn, I know I've spoken to you, and George, I'm going to reach out to you to see if you have any interest in doing.
Maybe we can put you on both 2 ends of the bus, maybe,
Well, I'm available, so I'm prepared to be, both of them.
Megan might be listening in on me.
Yeah. But I do want to defer to my, fellow commissioners who have a little bit more time on the commission than I do, but we'll talk about that offline. So,
and I know a lot of these, so I would suggest that Kate or you, George, and however you want to split it on up. Yeah. I'm good with all those folks. I've done it before.
And I know all the city councilors myself too. So it's like, it'd be, and I enjoy meeting with them. So George, I'll talk to you, offline about that. Okay.
If that's the case, maybe George would be the likely candidate. See, we might draft you, George, then.
Yeah. So, but so we're looking forward to that. So again, July 15th.
I actually think we did it in the past. Everyone was in the bus, all 3.
Yeah, I guess, but we can't.
Why don't you call Megan on that? Did you call her on that?
No, because I don't understand that, because it's not a commission meeting. We're just doing a tour. That's a good question. Chris seemed to think it was a violation.
We did it before. All 3 of us were there. I was with Don and Kim and myself. We were all.
Yeah,
in the
let me
same
get a blessing from Megan.
Yeah,
Okay.
why don't you go check that out? Because I think we may be getting a little, running a little scared here, and we shouldn't be. So why don't you check run that down the ground? I think, Kate. And Megan will say, as long
Yeah,
as
she'll
you're
set us straight.
maybe we'll wear a mask. One of you guys got to wear a mask.
Right.
Let me know if that's the case.
No, I'm done with my
I might show up too if that's the case. So why don't
Okay.
you run that to ground, Kate, and we'll see where that goes.
Okay, sounds like a plan. Thank you. Good suggestion, Chairman.
Where we
Thank
at?
you.
Where we at with the? Are we going to upgrade our website and do anything? Have we got any?
That is on hold. I understand that I guess the IT department is pretty swamped and understaffed from my understanding. So Chris did tell me that it is on hold right now, but he is aware of that it needs to be done. So we did talk about that.
Okay.
Pete? Okay. Yeah, okay.
Good.
Yep. Do you have a date, Pete, on that kickoff meeting? Do you have a date on that? Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thanks
Good.
for that.
Great. Okay.
The next thing that we talked about, we have set a date for our next tenant meeting, which I will direct that meeting again. Our first one went very, very well. And that's going to be Tuesday, September 14th, and we'll be able to do it in person. So
Yeah.
we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, and one of these days, after you talk to her, see if I can. I would like to go to one of these marketing meetings too.
Okay.
Or George or however, and I just get some clarification on this the open meeting law and what kind of sandbox we're playing and how big.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a good suggestion too, and I will get that clarification on that as well, Chairman. Okay.
Thank you.
And then the last thing that we discussed at our meeting was the upcoming commemorative air show for June the 16th to the 20th. And I just want to share with the other commissioners. So one thing about marketing any event at the airport that's open to the public. So my understanding is Jeff Lovejoy puts these events on Facebook. So as commissioners, we should be sharing that information with our Facebook folks if you're on Facebook.
Sure.
And it just exponentially gets that information out there.
Right.
So
and on LinkedIn too. I've been very successful, especially with all the aerospace contacts I have. That would probably be a good thing. And you almost have to get a connection or something, Kate, that we all could post it out there, and say, hey, this is what's going on. That'd be just another. You could get a lot of people, I suppose.
Yeah. So Chairman, if you're on LinkedIn, that would be great if you could share that. I am no longer on LinkedIn professionally. I was as a chamber executive director, but not now, but I can maybe set up an account. And then, I'm guilty of the Facebook sharing too. So I need to go and do that. Now, there was a full page article in the Westfield Evening News about the upcoming event, and it made the front page. So that was good marketing as well. So we're expecting a pretty good turnout. And so again, the airport will be being used, and we're hoping to get folks up there and use the restaurant.
It'll be good. It'll be good to try to get an annual cadence on this thing. If we could work with the commemorative Air Force and have our own barns, the public side or the versus the military side that has its air. I'm not trying to compete with them, but I just like to have an annual cadence where we kind of the military, if they have budget, they have it. If they don't, oh no, we always have it, and we should kind of think about it. We'll invite CAA, we can invite, I think we should look to do something like that, Kate. And the big year is when we have two of them, right?
Right. And, on a side note, and I did have a discussion with Chris on this, and I think at some point we should have a discussion as a commission too. And historically, I guess there weren't sponsorship funds, these organizations that come in and use our airport. But I think we really should have a discussion at some point, even if it's a nominal fee. I'm not talking about breaking the bank for anybody, but to me, they're getting a lot of free marketing out of these events, and we're not charging any sponsorship money or fees to have those events. But I think it's something that we should be discussing at some point.
Well, Kate, nonprofits being on a board of directors, Air Museum, we don't have any money. These guys don't have any money.
I understand.
I'd be a little reluctant, to be quite honest with you, to charge for it. I think what it does for our airport, it doesn't fill the coffers directly. Indirectly, it absolutely they're paying for gas. They're buying 10,000 gallons worth of gas from Kevin at a special deal, of which we're going to get 8 cents on. They got landing fees that they got to, that we did waive those landing fees, but there's a restaurant, the incidental stuff and just the exposure. It's free exposure.
Well, maybe with events that don't use the gas, and maybe when there's a non-flying and non-aeronautics event. I'm just saying that at some point I'd like to look at this a little deeper. Well,
and that's and we can, I think we do that. And I have to go check with Chris with regards to the truck thing. I thought there was a nominal fee we did, which
is fine.
Which is good. We used to have the Rotary Club, come also, but that they used to have a car show, but then we had a conflict one year and it got kind of messed up. I think you remember that.
I think so. I think I was Rotarian. I'm not sure what year that was, but because
it was about 2-3 years ago, and so we got to be. You do have to be careful. There's air events inside the fence, and then there's events outside the fence, and we just gotta. I think each one of them. I don't think you can cookie cutter it.
Nope.
So I think they're going to bring their pluses and minuses. Well, don't forget we have the whole airport shut down for the air guard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
I think it actually costs the city money.
Yeah. So
okay,
and we don't want that
with all the police and all that. So
I know.
I guess it sort of depends. So I think we'll just take them one at a time as they come up, and we're going to do the right thing to promote the airport and get if there's revenue to be had. So be it.
Okay, and that's all I have for the marketing committee.
Okay.
Unless there's any other comments or suggestions.
George, you good?
Chairman. I'm fine, Bill.
All righty. So with that, that's our special agenda items. Moving on to our standard items. I don't know, Chris, you're going to go through the AHG update?
Yeah, yes, Chairman Garnett, you did it again. You called me Chris.
Oh,
I heard it.
It's all right. It's like a running joke now. That's okay.
You know what it is? It's stuck in my, and I can see Craig right in front of my face. The sad part is I can see you right there on my screen. I don't even have an excuse,
That's okay. So yes, projects. The FAA reimbursable for runway 1533 Pappy. I know it's not a construction project, but it's one of the accounting things that we still got to finish up here. It's a reimbursable agreement that you entered in with FAA during construction because you have a FAA-owned Pappy on runway 33 end. And it's all done and everything. It's just that they take forever to close it out. So I'm just keep it on here as a reminder, even for myself, that I always have to follow up with them. And I do, and I follow up with them, but they're very slow to respond. And they usually, literally, they can take up 1.5 years to close out this stuff. So.
And I believe that Pappy is operational,
yes.
Fully functional, no issue.
Yep, correct. Okay. That is correct. The self-service Avgas fuel farm. Yes, we've been working on developing the fuel farm design drawings and specifications. We attended a Zoom meeting with the City of Westfield department heads and Chris just to get some initial feedback on the fuel farm project and what their concerns are. And probably one of their biggest concerns was, what do you do with the stormwater that collects within the fuel farm because you got to pump it out or whatever. So, and you're over the aquifer. So, we know we have to do some sort of treatment on the water with the oil water separator and then either recharge into the ground or maybe they'll let us tie into the nearby sewer. That's something that still be worked out, so we're not quite there yet, but we just wanted to get some initial feedback from them, which we did.
And the beauty to this project, Craig, not Chris, and I almost did it again. I got to keep saying Craig. The beauty to this project is we're going to be fueling now, instead of running all around the airport with trucks, we're going to be in a contained area, okay? And it's going to be a further distance from the aquifer. So, that's a good thing. And I think we need to, when we're talking about this, need to stress the importance of that. So we are trying to be environmentally sensitive. I drink that water just like a lot of other folks here on this call. So I don't want anything happening to it. And so we need to, protect our environment. And I think this will give us the added revenues and promote general aviation. So this is a win-win-win as I see it. So great.
Yes.
Great. I'm glad it's moving along.
Yeah, so like you said earlier, Bill, right now we're just in the design right now. And once we
Right.
get that going, we'll figure out with MassDOT money when it goes out to bid and when we construct. I mean, the goal is obviously it will be constructed next year. It might be next spring. It might be late fall. I don't know. It's going to be up to MassDOT's funding. But we'll keep you informed. I'm sure Chris will once we hear move forward with that.
Yep.
Projects for 2020 or 2022 really for MassDOT fiscal year coming up. So we're going to be doing a environmental assessment for some various projects.
Yep.
And those projects are the trees at the runway 15 end that are off airport, Taxiway Bravo South project, and the South Quadrant. Because all those projects, obviously we have to do something, but we do have to do an environmental assessment.
Yeah, and Chris and I were talking about that in preparations here for this meeting, and I'm very excited about that. I'm very excited that those buildings are coming down.
Oh, yes,
Okay.
yes.
It was
huge.
a safety issue. It was an eyesore. It was in a way of us progressing and developing that area into what I always call it Barn South. And I'm looking forward to that whole project, and I think it's a great step forward for us with an estimated completion date in 2024.
So yes, somewhere on there. Well, keep our fingers crossed. Yes, yes, that's the plan right now.
Okay.
We'll see how the environmental assessment goes, and then the next step after that will be actual permitting for those various projects. And then once that goes through, then we can start implementing when, we're going to start doing these projects.
But Craig, with an existing taxiway there, I would understand that there's more impervious surface, but beyond that, there's not a lot. Would you?
No, to be surprised, Bill.
Yeah, no, I
Don't forget,
I would be. I'm sure I would be surprised.
Yeah, you would be. Don't forget, you're in the bird habitat. So when you constructing new pavement, on grassland that wasn't pavement, that's considered a take, and we got to mitigate. So there's going to be stuff through that. You're right. Generally, I was thinking about it today too. It didn't seem like much, but I started thinking about natural heritage. We're not near any wetlands, except maybe the tree clearing off of the on the people's properties. There might be wetlands within the trees there, but the pavement area.
They're all pine trees, Craig. So pine trees don't grow in wetlands. They die.
Yeah, but I know, right? But there are according to some of our maps. So this is why some of the initial things we're going to be doing. We got to get out there as in my report. Start walking it. Our sub consultant to delineate any wetlands. So you got to at least go out there and look and see if there are anything.
Okay.
It doesn't look like there's much, correct? But there look like on some of the maps, there are some areas that are in question that we have to confirm, basically.
Right.
So,
Understood.
the building demolition project, not the one in the South Quadrant. This is due to the noise building, the noise program. That project, I think last month I reported Encore had made an error in their invoice. I've been trying to get them to give me their invoice. Finally got it. So that's great. So I can start closing that project out.
Yeah, I got that. I did get that confused, Craig, because the demolition was on my mind here because it started today on the South Quadrant.
Yeah, well, that's good news, man. That's great to get that. The taxiway HS and the apron, the large project, with the guard that we're doing out there. So moving forward, we had a little issue with some of the subgrade after we dug down for the pavement, but that's been resolved and we're moving right along. So we obviously continue reviewing some shop drawings. We always have someone on site full time.
Yep.
Rainmakers have been pretty good so far. So, it's been going pretty good. I know they're having some little problems with some delivery issues on some materials and stuff like that because of COVID still. Yes, I know things are still slowly coming back
There's a lot of
online.
people that are having delivery issues on a lot of different.
Exactly. It's not, it's everyone's getting back to work and everyone's ordering. So, we're just monitoring it. And that's the best we can do. So that and the ALP update, always keep that on here until it's done. And Chris could report on that. I think it's in with FAA, still getting reviewed or waiting to be signed off on.
Yeah, and one of these days, Craig, I'd like to have a detailed report on it for the commission. So, because
I'll leave that to Chris.
yeah, no,
That's just
I know
not mine.
that, but
Though.
That would be, because we as a commission want to see what's in that. We want to see the
absolutely.
master plan. We want to understand it. And
Absolutely.
yeah, so I think
mean,
that's something we're going to have to spend some special time with, even if we have to have a special session just to review that.
So one of the important drawings in the ALP set, airport layout plan set, is I think the ultimate layout plan, which shows all your proposed projects.
Yeah.
And you may or may not know if a project is not shown on there, FAA won't fund it. So that's why doing ALPs, make sure they're always up to date, that you have the projects on there. That's what they always tell you. Is it on the ALP? If it is, yep, we can fund it. If not, well, we can't do it right now.
Sure.
So
It's just the right way to do things. So.
Yeah. So that's
Okay.
all I have, unless anyone has any specific questions about my report.
Okay. Well, I'm good. I open it up to Commissioner Phelan.
I'm all set. Thank you, Chairman.
Okay, Commissioner Keith.
I'm all set also.
Okay. I'm going to operational statistics. It's all in your packet, and I'm going to hold off on that. I don't see a need unless I'll open it up to Commissioner Phelan. Would you want to go through that now, or it's in the packet? I'm good with it.
No, I have a question, but we might need Chris. I can hold off to the next meeting.
Yeah. Okay. What is it out of
It was
curiosity?
on the little note under number 3. It said this is due to Army Guard joint use payment in 2020 that included multiple years.
Yeah, there's some back payments.
So then why are the airport revenues down 12% if we got? I just had a question on that. Just an
Yeah,
explanation.
I'll have to take a look at that.
Yeah, we can
that case.
hold off to the next
Yeah.
meeting.
Yeah.
Thank
One
you.
of the things we got to talk is we used to get our monthly revenues and what our average revenue is and,
Yeah.
and little charts. So I want to go see that chart again. It gives us a nice summary of how we're growing revenues, and I also want to see where our costs are going to.
Mhm.
So I want to make sure we keep that in check, and we have so far. We've done a good job there. So yeah, we'll talk to Chris on that. Is there Commissioner Keefe? Is there any concerns? Or you okay moving on?
I think that kind of is, to me, it was self-explanatory. It just says that in 2020, we got additional outstanding fees from years past.
Correct.
Came in 2020, so when you compare this year to 2020, that's why it's down.
Yeah, and it was a lump sum from past years, for sure, because there was a problem with it, and prior folks in the
Oh.
airport management position just wasn't getting it done, and that's why it ended up the way in a big lump sum.
Oh, I see. So additional payments were reported last year and not this year. Instead, so they didn't defer those. I mean, for bookkeeping purposes, they didn't defer them until this year. So that's why it shows that we're down. Okay.
It's it's kind of in his business case, unlike the private sector, I can't have it on my books, even though I have it as a
Okay.
liability. You can't
Yeah.
put it on your books
Okay.
till you get the cash in hand here.
All right.
It takes you a while. I used to struggle with that too. I said, well, that's just an outstanding receivable, that just gets paid.
Right.
Oh no, that's not how it works. So
That cleared up, George. Thank you. I didn't
Yeah.
realize. Now I understand what happened there.
I mean,
Thank
that's
you.
how I read it, Kate, so I
Yeah.
don't know.
yeah, Chris would know exact on that, Kate, but I remember it as George described it there because we were chasing that for quite some time. I
Okay.
think we were chasing for like
Thank
2
you.
years. I think it was 2 years or 3 years worth of payments.
Wow.
Yeah,
And they have to report it in the year they get it. So I understand
Right.
it now. Thank you.
yeah. It's not
Thank
like it's a receivable. So
Yep.
that's what gets you a little confused.
Yeah.
As for the airport noise program, I didn't go over that with Chris, so I don't know what that was about, but we can always, I'm not worried about pushing that off. till the next meeting. And with that, I'd just like to make some closing comments. We have a tradition on the airport commission that we take July off. So our next meeting will be August 12th, 2021. And I also expect for Pete that it'll be a face-to-face. And hopefully our air conditioning unit will be installed. If not, maybe we should consider a webinar. But I do open it up. Yeah, it was hot in there today. I was there. It was not. Yeah.
Today?
Yeah. But I do open it up to my fellow commissioners. Would you like to stick with this if this is possible, or would you like to go face to face? I'm open for suggestions.
I prefer the face to face. That's just me individually. It's where I'm more comfortable than this setting. It's just kind of hard to gauge where you have an opening for things sometimes. And I think when we're face to face, I think we'll have more public participation also.
Yeah, no, I would agree. We'd have better interaction, no question there. Commissioner Phelan, comments?
Yeah, I'd like to echo that same sentiment. I'm a person to person. I like to be with people, and I think too maybe our tenants would. I think haven't they attended in the past? I'm not sure,
Yeah,
but
they have. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so I prefer in person. Chairman got it, but again, I would support whatever the majority.
Well, I think what I hear, we're not going to call a roll call vote on it because I think we're all in favor of the in person. So I will tell Chris here that plan on August 12th, 2021 in person. And once we make that decision, that's I guess from what Pete has described, that's the way it is going forward. So I get it and I'm good with it. With that, the last thing I'd like to do here tonight is make a motion to adjourn the June 10th meeting. Do I have a second?
So moved.
Okay, with that, I think we have a record. We'll have to remind Chris of that. But anyhow, any further discussions?
No, sir.
All right. Roll call. Commissioner Gannett. Yes. Commissioner Phelan.
Yes.
Commissioner Keefe.
Yes.
Well, with that.